Everybody join in 1 second. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. So, a little bit of a kind of turnaround Tuesday. It just happened later in the day. So, good stuff. So, today we're going to be continuing our conversation on day trading market profile with overnight inventory. So, we're going to figure out what that is today. So, before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So, please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right. Well, first what we're going to do is we're going to check and see where we left out the market today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening and what might be setting up going into tomorrow. And then we'll go through the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX today up $1.50, $1.58. So, but still green here on the monthly chart, back over the upper Bollinger Band. Weekly chart after last week's engulfing week, right, with this this hammer / possibly hanging man candle. We're still inside that week right there with the Harami. So just kind of chopping around in there. In terms of the wave count, right, we got this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see if that holds right here off the ADMA. I like how we took the inside day down and bounced back into that range here today, right off of the ADMA today. And let's see if we can get some more follow through. Right, next target up is the inside day high, and hopefully a breakout out of there to get to the impulsive side up. Let's take a look at the intraday price action here today. So again, it was generally pretty choppy, right? We called that this morning in the bubble report and in our group. We were saying, you know, the chop yesterday, so being an inside day, the fact that we opened up in yesterday's inside day range implied the potential for more chop. So one of our game plans was, okay, what happens if we break down below those lows? And well, you can see right here, we got a nice breakdown right here. So that gave some good short opportunities today in the market across the board. It started a little bit earlier here today when we rejected a couple levels, but this nice red candle right here back under the ADMA gave us a nice flush here today. And then they bought the dip, and we bought the dip. So this is great stuff. Let me show you what we looked at here on the futures. You can see here this S1 level is a good level here that we provide to our members, but also what we provide is these levels. So all the stuff we've been talking about here on Market Profile this week is stuff that we provide for members in the bubble report and to Elite Access members. For Elite Access members, we even supply these charts. So you can have these levels, you just pull them up, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. So plus we supply our signal zones, which are supply and demand zones, which end up playing out really well. So kind of interesting right here on this chart. It looks sort of like this inverse head and shoulders right here. So keep an eye on it, right? So if this geometric line breaks out overnight or into tomorrow, that could give a nice impulsive wave up, right? So this was our zone right here. This is where we bought the dip today. It ended up corresponding really nicely on the options. It ended up giving a good dip buy there today. We saw a lot of good stuff, right? There was some bullish divergence on Apple today at these levels, and just made for a really nice move right there. And again, back to the high. Why do we like this so much? Why do we not think the market was really crashing today? Because names like the IWM was still up, the small caps were up, and the financials were up. So again, that was helped that gave us confidence here on the dip buy here today, and it gave a nice move up. So it got really choppy into the end of the day, but that was your move right there today. Also a good short opportunity as well, right off of these levels, right? So cool stuff, and we'll be talking a little bit more about these levels this week. Yesterday we talked about the point of control, and so this is one of our things today. We said because of the inside day yesterday, the point of control might get tested a lot today, and it did. Right, so it got tested a lot at the open. It got tested a lot later in the day. Test. That was where they found value yesterday at the point of control. So we got below value, like we talked about yesterday. So the market participants found it as a good deal, right, and bought it back up, and we got back to value, right? And then it kept on, I don't know if I want to be there. I don't want to be there. So we'll see if we can get above that going into tonight. So what's going on into tonight? So what we call overnight inventory. So let's talk about that here. So again, like I said, the topic today is market profile overnight inventory. So overnight inventory, all it is the S&P futures overnight inventory, right? So that's your after hours trading level. So the futures actually technically close at 4:15, right? So that's your settlement level, right? That's what we have right here. That's your settlement. And then for the rest of the night is basically just typically, normally, except during the Corona crash and during some real volatile news. Look at the volume right here compared to intraday, right? This is really low volume stuff. So all the stuff that sets up overnight is what futures traders like to call overnight inventory, and we can evaluate that on the market profile. Now, it's really hard to look at historical overnight inventory in Thinkorswim. It just is what it is. There's other software out there that's really good for it. I think like MotiveWave is one of them. There's a couple other market profile software where you can just kind of break out your charts every day and just look at your market profiles. Thinkorswim doesn't do it, but it gives us enough information in the morning where we can evaluate it, and we put it in the bubble report. We discussed what the overnight inventory is doing. So what does it mean? All it means is that basically that overnight inventory, they look at it as inventory, right? So they basically, when you're talking about market profile, we talk about it like it's a like it's inventory, right? That there's auctions going on, right? So basically just trading. Auctions are basically just trading, but it's basically not, where the buyers are stepping in, where the sellers are stepping in at the auction, right? And so the overnight inventory is basically just like the inventory for the next day's auctioning, right? So it's basically what we have to work with going into the next day. It gives us a lot of information, though, and it gives us a lot of key levels to work with, and it also gives us some very interesting ones. So the most important being the overnight high, the ONH here, and the overnight low. And so that's the really important stuff there for your overnight inventory. Also, the shape of the overnight inventory is important, too. So we talked about yesterday that for the market profile, so let's go ahead and pull up a market profile here. I've got the 30-minute chart up here, so I'm just going to do what we did yesterday. I'm going to go to settings, we go to appearance. Instead of standard, I'm going to go to monkey bars, right? And let's see, volume. I think I'm going to take off. I'll keep the volume on here again, it's fine. So I'm just going to set that up here with this, and I'm just going to go automatic on that so it's just easier to read, right? And you can see this, okay? So you can see already, and this is nice, right? So you can see today's volume profile, right? Typically, a volume profile, like we said, it's gonna take a bell-shaped curve. The stuff on the left is your volume. Okay, this is your price, like we talked about. Remember we looked at the expanded monkey bars yesterday? Well, all this is just kind of compressing it all together, and what it does is it ends up forming a bell-shaped distribution. And so the shape of these intraday patterns can be very interesting, and they can give us a lot of insight. So just to kind of preface all this again, market profile is not a trading system. It is just a way of organizing data, but it gives us good information that we can trade off of and we can use our trading systems with. For instance, it gives us a lot of key levels. You can see we provide these levels right here to our members, right? So the point of control from yesterday was right here. That was an important level of interest, right? And so like we said, and look where we spent a lot of time today. See where the bell shape is? It's right around that point of control. Okay, so that's a very, very important level. And then we look at other levels as well. Okay, so tonight you can see that the fresh day, quote unquote day, has started right here with the overnight inventory. Okay, so it's just forming some levels right here. So what we're going to really focus on going into tonight is what this shape forms out to be, and there's a couple of things that could happen. But really what we look at is in the overnight inventory is that these are the weak hands. Okay, so right now, the way we classify the overnight inventory is oftentimes we look at it as being net long or net short. Okay, so if we spend the entire night over today's close, right, which was right about, where are we? Which is right, we closed the settlement level, I think it was like right about here. Okay, so we're up about a point. And so, so if, for instance, let's just say this was the settlement here tonight from today. If all the volume, all the overnight volume and all the time spent was over 100% over the settlement level, right, we would consider the overnight inventory net long, 100% net long. If we're below it, it's 100% net short. What does that mean? Well, it means that the weak hands, if we're above, it means that the weak hands, right, the overnight folks, the pajama traders, are either long or short, which means that once the real money starts to step in during the open market, that if they start getting squeezed out, if they're net short, we want to know that. Right? Because they're going to give up their position really quickly. That's why those overnight highs are really important, especially if you're net short. For the most part, right, the market is generally bullish, right? So net short is interesting because it can squeeze out those shorts. But at the same time, if you're 100% net long, right, and we push below those overnight lows, you think those overnight people who are trying to hold into the day, like we're net long overnight, this thing's going to go up into the day. You think if we take out those overnight lows that they're going to want to stay in that position? No. Right? That's why those levels are so important, right? Because those overnight folks, that's going to give you a trade. Right? So with the futures, right, if you're trading the ES, right, one contract, 1 point is $50, right? So and with the micros now, with the MES, 1 point's $5, but 10 contracts, $50, right? So 10 contracts on 1 point on the S&P futures is $500. Right, so you can see why futures traders really like this stuff, right? So if we squeeze out, if we're net short overnight, and we take out the overnight highs, and you can make 1 or 2 points of that on a few ES contracts, you've already had a decent start to the day, a decent move on the day. Right? And sometimes a lot of these levels really start to play out. We're going to talk about more of those levels here. So this is the overnight inventory, and what we do in the morning in the bubble report is we evaluate that. We come up with a game plan for the day based on what the overnight inventory is and also what happened the day before and what else is also looking interesting on the other charts. And we're going to talk about a couple other key levels of those this week. So again, so think of that overnight inventory. It's just stuff that's getting ready for the next day. It's inventory that we have to deal with, right? It's for the auction for the next day. We want to see if they're net long or net short, and we want to evaluate those levels, those highs and those lows. In terms of the overnight point of control, it really doesn't matter, right? We just want to know if they're long or if they're short. And there's some shapes that can happen on this. One real quick, I can't draw a line on this chart right here, but if you have a 45-degree angle from the bottom or a 45-degree angle from the top, the way it goes, so this is kind of like a 45-degree angle. This is during the day, right? Generally, that's bearish. Right. Okay. Just overall, this is kind of how they evaluate it. Right. If it's a 45, it's just kind of like ticking to the side right here. That's generally bullish. It's just something that futures traders like to look at. So there's a couple things, a couple cool tools that you guys can look at there. So anyway, so that's it. So that's the overnight inventory, and that's what we look at. And like I said, we put out a game plan every morning in the bubble report, and we provide it to our Elite Access members as well. But it helps give a good game plan to today, and we called today pretty well. Right? We said basically if we lose the lows, the overnight lows, which was here, and we really want to pay attention to the regular trading hour lows from the other day. And if we push down below those, right, we very, very potentially see some more downside action. And we did that today, and that really gave us a nice move on the futures, right? And then, of course, there was a nice dip buy off of that. That was off of our supply and demand zones. It gave us a nice move back up. And like I said, we spent a lot of time around the point of control. It was tested several times. So again, once we got really below value, okay, well, there's a deal right there. We want to get up to value. And it ended up giving a really nice move there on the S&P futures today. So good stuff. So hopefully you guys found that helpful, and at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window. We'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. So good. So Shirley sent a few in via email here. So I'm going to go to the daily charts, and let's take a look at those. Let me get this pulled up right here. Give me 1 second. All right. So we've got DOCU on the radar. Let's take a look at this one here. Yeah, DOCU had a big breakout day today. So do we like to trade breakout candles? No! But this is a great breakout candle on DOCU. Okay, and I know, I think ARK has been buying this, all these dips right here, so they really got a nice move here today. So we're going to see how this does. See if it gives us a pause candle tomorrow, right? Gives a doji sandwich up, see if it gives some impulsive action. Otherwise, we'll look for a retrace and look to buy that on some relative strength in the future. So that's nice on that one. And again, it's kind of grinding its way up here overall. Let's take a look at lows. Yeah, lows working its way up here nicely. So a nice push there on lows over the ADMA. Again, gave a good push here today. Strong close on it. Again, it's we cleared a couple geometric levels here recently. Right, so we got a nice move right there. We had a nice inside day up, and just holding the ADMA up here over the cloud on lows. Let's see if we can continue to get some follow through on that one. Very, very nice find there. Twilio, closed at fresh highs right here, it looks like. So nice move on that one too. Let's see if that can continue to defend there as well. ABNB. Again, the stay-at-home names were pretty strong today, right? Zoom gave a nice push up today. But then the stay-away names were good today too. So Airbnb was strong too. Right, nice little doji reversal. A strong move on the intraday here. On nice push up right here. Looks like a 382 retrace and a very, very strong move on Airbnb today. Not an easy name to trade. Options can be kind of spready. But still a good move there. And then Stitch Fix. I think the at the lows today, like some of the calls on those were like 70 cents. They hit like $6 today. Incredible stuff. Stitch Fix with an inside day up. Again, this thing gapped up, right, and really, really pushed high, right. And to me, it was looking like it was working on a potential zigzag down, but it really didn't get any follow through off of this inside day. Right, it did take this inside day down, and then today it just right. So yeah, squeezed out all the shorts on that one, and nice strength on Stitch Fix today. So good finds there, Shirley. Really, really nice. So Michael Oxy, beautiful one. We put this one in the bubble report this morning. We liked the gap up here. We thought it could get up and test the 21 level, then ended up breaking out today. So a nice breakout candle on Oxy. Momo. Here's a stock I don't trade very often anymore. But this is a nice breakout candle on this one too. Cleared a lot of geometric levels and a nice breakout candle on Momo. So good stuff there. ACI, let's take a look. Albertsons, yeah, big push up there. Big upper shadow. Big upper shadow here today. So it was kind of working on that bull flag, kind of broke down, then it gapped over the inside day and pushed it up today. Retail was pretty strong today, but a big gap up on that. Nice find there on ACI. And then Twitter. So Twitter again with the gap down the other day. Now it's got an inside day here today, kind of down a little bit on that. See how it holds, right? You got a thin daily cloud right here, and it generally has been downtrending, which is pretty nice. So good stuff there on Twitter. What else? And PLTR. Let's take a look. Yeah, PLTR hanging in there. It's pushing up a little bit here after hours, I believe. Just kind of grinding its way up here. I did like this one going into tomorrow. I like the inside day. Potential jack in the box to the upside. So that's a good one to keep on the bullish radar going into tomorrow. So good find on that one. Yo, Blonde Broker, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at Netflix. So Netflix, again, this is our short radar yesterday. We like the increased volume, the breakdown below the 50-day moving average. Got to the bottom of the cloud right here, kind of holding this double inside day area, right, and the bottom of the cloud. So a little bit of a dip buy on that one. I'm still not fully convinced on a reversal on this one. It almost looks like a little bit of an intraday retrace. We might see some more downside action on Netflix, so a little bit of caution on that. Zoom, of course. Beautiful move intraday today. It's still working its way up after hours. Again, it was very interesting, right? Because we gapped down this morning on the offering news right to the 200-day moving average, which was my original target on this one, right? And so it actually got there after hours, and then they bought the dip right away on it. So it did give a nice little downside move on it into today, right? So there's the gap right there. There's just like right away, and then a little retrace, and then back up again. So again, strong move on that. We're still contending with this geometric level right here on Zoom. So good stuff there. And then PTON. Yeah, PTON with a nice dip buy here today. Looking pretty good. Looks like it's getting ready to start a fresh uptrend. So let's just kind of see how it holds. It might consolidate for another day or so, and then get ready to make another push to the upside. Pedal its way up again. So good stuff. Keep going. You can do it. All right. So good stuff. Thanks, Blood Broker. Michael Phillips. Do you ever use the Sizzler scanner for option ideas? I like it. Are you talking about the sizzle? Like the option sizzle? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, right? All the sizzle does in Thinkorswim is it gives you a number, based on, and anything over 1, right, is based on increased option activity, right? You could sort it by calls, you could sort it by puts, or you could just do just in general to see if the option activity is good. Yeah, it puts some names that I guess are kind of hot, right? They're sizzling on the scanner for. Yeah, it's a good one. So good stuff there. And then Sean, what's going on? CRSR. Let's take a look. There you go. Okay, Corsair Gaming, nice move right there. Upper shadow right here. Decent close here today. Kind of poking its head above this geometric line. Might be trying to break out right here. It looks like it's kind of creeping its way up after hours. So nice find on that. Michael, you got iBio. Let's take a look. Yeah, iBio, another nice breakout on this one too. Watch these geometric levels. They're a little bit tricky here. So the most recent breakout, right, is broke above the trend line. Okay, it tried to do it right here, went sideways for a little bit, and then popped. So that's nice. But watch the geos above and your cloud. ZOM, Zomedica. You love these crazy biotech names, but yeah, I mean they can pay, right? So that one's trading like an option chart. I love it. Good find on that one. And then CRSR, again, another one there too. So look like it's poking its head above the geometric line. Nice stuff there. Great minds thinking alike here tonight. I love it. Daniel, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at Cat. Yeah, so Cat, fresh all-time highs on this one too. Again, kind of, lots of hope here on infrastructure. Right? We did a wave count on this one recently. 1, 2, 3, 4 triangle. Wave 5 up. Right, so maybe it's going to be a larger wave 5. This could be wave 1, 2, and then we'll see if it can continue on Cat. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla again filled the gap yesterday, and then it gapped up again today, squeezing out some shorts. Made a nice push to the upside here today. Let's see if we can get some continuation going into tomorrow. Again, Momo, again, nice breakout candle on that one as well. FCX, I actually like this one going into tomorrow. Again, these names have been pretty strong recently. Good breakout, good reversal right here, and a decent close here today. Let's see if that can get some more upside. Again, these metal names have been really, really strong recently. Snow's kind of hanging in there, right? It gave us our first breakout candle here. Gave a nice gap up. Again, that was a huge breakout candle with enough volume to be like, this thing's going up, right? It ended up gapping up the next day, and then they reversed it here. It gave a good intraday dip buy. So it's starting to get interesting there. But we're going to continue to keep an eye. I'd like to see it give us a strong close maybe tomorrow, and then maybe we can kind of ride the way up the cloud there so it doesn't turn into resistance. That would be pretty cool as well. And then SPCE, this is our trade of the week this week, and it started to get going here today. So nice move there. We traded this one at the open, got a real explosive move at the open today. It was beautiful. Beautiful candle right there, and I like how it's drifting up after hours here as well. So again, I love how it bounced off the cloud, off the 50-day, and off the ADMA, and nice rising ADMA on that one too. So let's see if space can continue to work its way up. Zynga. Zynga. Yeah, kind of getting choppy around here. It's kind of down a little bit after hours. But, you know, I mean, kind of working maybe on a bull flaggish type pattern right here. Let's wait for some clarity on it, see if it gives a volume breakout. So good stuff there, Roy. What's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, let's take a look at FUBO. So FUBO just rocking today. Gap up today on FUBO. Filled the gap on the way up. And still going up after hours here. So let's see if that continue to get some upside on FUBO. Great stuff on this one. And where is it going now? Well, let's see. Let's see where they end up in the morning, right? You got some pretty big levels right here. You got an open gap right here. So if it really wants to push, that's a great one to fill. And of course, you got that gap up here too. Apparently, there's some buyout news and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens in the morning. Maybe we'll get an upgrade or something like that. And this is kind of your next area of interest, right? So again, we got a couple drop up here, but that gap level there around like 41. So let's keep an eye on that. Rosalind, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, Regeneron with some news after hours, right? So guys, this one's just been so brutal. It's been so brutal, right? So it's been so hard. We've been talking about this on the Elliott Wave show. We have this this channel down, right? This was the first move up, right? And then it never got any follow through. They gave you that shooting star and came all the way back down to the bottom of the channel. And if you guys recall, I said that this area right here looked like the buy zone, right? And look at that. We ended up bouncing off of this one. I think it was because, because right at the 618 right here. So, I was looking at it to come down right into the 618 zone, kind of getting the sweet spot, right? That was really the level I was looking for, but it got into the circle area, giving it an inside day, and then gapping up above it, and it's got some good news after hours with some more business with the government, selling some cocktails and all that stuff to, fix things. So, anyway, good stuff there. So, so Regeneron finally making a move to working its way up the channel. So, good stuff there. And then GOEV, let's take a look. Yeah, so GOEV, wow, that thing spiked after hours, didn't it? So inside day today, this is like a electric vehicle name. Look at that, whew, big move up on GOEV. Again, this is part of that. It's this combination of SPAC and electric vehicles. And this one's supposedly Apple in talks with them, right? So that's the newest rumor on that. So big push on that after hours. Let's see how it goes on GOEV. Nice find there. And of course, Netflix again. The lower shadow is interesting, but I'm still leaning bearish on it. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the price action tomorrow, see if it warrants more downside action. It basically looks like a retrace to me today on that one. OSTK, big breakout candle right there. Just watch your geometric levels on that one. Etsy. So it didn't really break out of a geo level. Etsy was so strong this morning. Folks were pointing this out in the live stream here today. Really, really incredible action. I kind of like what it did right here. I like this big push up and how it held. Let's see if Etsy can get some strong follow through over today's highs going into tomorrow. And then Baidu, pretty interesting. Nice recovery today. Turned into a hot dog pattern, a reversal of a reversal. Some pretty good action today. Kind of drifting its way up again. They're kind of somewhat tied into the electric vehicle space, Chinese electric vehicle names. So let's see those rolls there. It's a little bit rough there off of that dark cloud cover candle, but they're defending the gap so far. So good stuff there. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, Rosalind. GG, what's going on? Amazon. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Amazon getting really close to the geometric level right here. A little bit of a doji. But we did see a nice little pop after hours here on it. So let's see how that holds going into tomorrow. Otherwise, it might take the doji sandwich down and then kind of see how it handles that 3060-ish level. So good stuff there. So Tracy, good evening. Good to see you. Let's take a look. MGNI. So MGNI, yeah, nice push over there. It's up a little bit after hours as well. So a good push there. Not sure if there's any news on this one tonight. Implied volatility. I guess this is a little bit something, maybe some kind of crypto stuff. Anyway, it's back over the ADMA on that one, but this was a good one. We had this one as a swing through these areas right here and gave us a nice push up on that. And then STPK, let's take a look. Yeah, wow, real strong move on that one as well. That thing's just parabolic. So that's a tough one to chase. QS is looking interesting. So today was kind of the first day it started to perk up in a while. Right, so let's see how it goes. So let's, if it tries to be strong enough, see if it can work its way up to the ADMA on that one. And then CCIV, let's take a look. Yeah, big push on this one as well. So let's just see. Let's see how it goes. Again, all these crazy SPAC names out there. I love it. So good stuff. Thanks, Tracy. Mr. Mosby, what's going on? TDOC. Yeah, I like this one too going into the close today. Decent move. Its first kind of greenish candle that we saw after its breakout move. So let's see if TDOC gets any upside follow through. A little expensive, but good stuff. SE. Again, wow, guys, look at that. Finally back to the top of the megaphone right here. So cool stuff there, and it's basically really just it was megaphoning for a while, but then it really has turned into another channel. So again, see if it can continue to work its way up there on SE. So good find on that one. Snap. I was pretty bullish on this one going into the close too. I like the fresh all-time highs. It just generally looks like overall strength. So let's see if we got to continue to follow through the upside. And pins was one that was an overnight idea we had yesterday and ended up really pushing at the open. That's getting some follow through to the upside as well. JP Morgan earnings coming up on Friday. Potential nice gap up here. Potential doji sandwich on it. Clover Health Investments. It's kind of chopping around right there. TDOC a little bit stronger than that one. GHIV. Also kind of choppy right here too, so just a little choppy sloppy on that. So good stuff there. So James, what's going on? Let's take a look at CWH. Yeah, there you go. CWH, nice push here today. Good upper shadow on that one with some good volume. So let's see if that one gives us a little pullback that can make sense for a dip buy. You gotta love Camping World, right? You gotta get Camping World to go to Airbnb, right? Square. Below the ADMA, that one is still a red candle, right? It's really got to push if it wants to do it. And then, of course, GOEV. Just beautiful, beautiful, right? So that's going to end up gapping over an inside day. So let's see if we can get up to, where is it at now? It's at 2095. So it's all the way up here-ish tomorrow so far, right? So let's see how that holds, and it might work its way up and try to test the highs. Wild name. So good stuff there. And then CELH. Let's take a look, Tracy. Yeah, nice engulfing candle there today on the real body on that one. So good pusher there. It was up a little bit after hours, kind of ticking around right now. So let's see if that can get a little bit of a move. It was your ultimate fitness partner. Cool. Well, apparently it's been bullish. So good. It's been holding the ADMA for a while. Very nice stuff there. Creation now, what's going on? Let's take a look at PLTR. Yeah, PLTR with an inside day. It's on my bullish radar going into tomorrow. BT. Bit Digital, okay, so nice push today. Upper shadow off the ADMA, kind of drifting down a little bit after hours there. DKNG. Again, it tried today to get to the geometric. It just keeps on pushing and then kind of retreating, right? So we're kind of seeing a lot of that. Wow, Sun W, look at this thing. Woo, big push today. Big push on that one. Let's see if we can follow through the upside on that one. Of course, FUBO with the sale news. Let's see if that continues to work its way up. Again, looking at those open gaps above, starting to look interesting. And MP with a really nice breakout candle today with some good volume. Good find on that one, too. Rocky XPEV, I love it. Good find right there. Good push above the daily cloud today on increased volume. So let's see if that can hold. Guys, this was from the bubble report yesterday and on Paul's watch list again today in the group. Ended up giving a real nice move, and folks did really well on that one today. And NVIDIA just kind of chopping around here below the geometric line. So just kind of struggling. Mookie, what's going on? Boeing. So Boeing right at the cloud in the 50-day moving average. Got to hold right here. Otherwise, if it breaks down below these levels, maybe the 618 will be in store for Boeing. It's tough to get really bullish on Boeing, but it did give a nice move recently. And then Pow with the Kapowie today. Big move on this one, too. A lot of these names are starting to get pretty strong right there. So let's see if that continues to follow through. So good stuff there. Creighton, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. Let's look at Exact Sciences. So double upper shadows today, so a little bit of caution off of that one. Futu. Yeah, good follow through on Futu today. Yeah, and kind of drifting up a little bit after hours. I'm liking it. FLGT. Again, nice inside day up on FLGT. Zumba. Again, back over the ADMA. Just watch out for your geometric level on that one. NNOX. Took the inside day down, back in the range, very much like the market here today. Sam. Boston Beer. We're getting a little bit of a cross here from the 8 and the 50-day, right? So it's looking a little bit bearish here, but I guess people are just done drinking beer for a little bit. TMO, inside day down, but it was a great move up there today. So I like the pullback there. So let's see how it holds the ADMA on this one. But great breakout on that one. Baidu, let's take a look. So Baidu with the inside day, again, kind of a hot dog pattern, reversal. Let's see if that gets any upside follow through. TTD, again, wild name right there, but it did take the inside day up a little bit. LMT, again, a little bit of war news out there today, but this thing's getting worn out. MGNI, again, definitely one to keep an eye on right here, gapping up a little, pushing up a little bit after hours. And then skills, what skills to pay the bills? So I think I've got an upgrade today or something like that, but anyway, maybe after hours, but anyway, strong move right there, fresh all-time highs on after yesterday's strong candle. So good stuff there. My pleasure. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. What else? Oh, you got a couple others, right? Pins. Yep, definitely pins. So pins I'm liking. It's getting really close to all-time highs on that one. Looks like it might want to try to continue to push higher. DZSI. The Dizzies. So again, good push up on that one, and it looks like it's ticking up after hours here. Edie is the heat. I'm not seeing that ticker on that one, but all good stuff, man. Thanks for sharing this. I love it. Narsing, what's going on? Good to see it. Yeah, Zoom, again, I like to close over the ADMA. Just watch out for your geometric level above. And, of course, FUBO. Good breakout move right there. It was looking like a bear flag yesterday, but gapped above the inside day. Again, acquisition news type stuff. Open gaps above look interesting. JMIA. Okay, so that's actually looking pretty good, too. Nice candle on that one after a couple breakdown candles. Let's see. I like the volume. Let's see if we can continue to gear up strength on this one. So good stuff there. Ryan, what's going on? Solo. Solo finally with a big candle on this one. Nice breakout candle on Solo. We talked about that yesterday. We cleared these geometric levels, confirmed above these levels. We're back. Now we're above the cloud. So let's see if that can continue to work its way up there. And then Stitch Fix. I love it. Holding the monthly pivot and that inside day up today. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff on Stitch Fix. Ryan, Uber. Let's take a look. Yeah, Uber was on our long radar from yesterday. We like the breakout candles right here. Little pullback, held the ADMA, some strength yesterday, and got some good follow through into today. And Lyft, also pretty good right here, right? These things were kind of just curling down, but not really moving, right? So not surprised to see a nice push on Lyft today. So good stuff there. Then Nast, what's going on? Unity Software, starting to perk up a little bit here, back over the ADMA. So that's some good stuff right there. Tree grew a tree today. Look at that thing. Big push up right here, really, really close to filling that gap here today. Very big move on Lending Tree. LMT, again, same thing, kind of pulled up to 80 May, still generally overall bearish on it. ZNGA, again, kind of choppy, sloppy price action right here, kind of in that bull flag. And SPCE, again, nice bounce off the cloud on this one. I love how it was drifting up a little bit after hours as well. So good stuff there on SPCE. So good, Chris. Yeah, what's going on? Let's see the Nest. Yeah, pins we looked at a couple times here. Let's see like a GoGo. Nice push over the ADMA on GoGo. Let's see if that continue to go. The Big C. Oh wow, the Big C. Wow, that thing was huge after its IPO move, and then it's just been grinding down lower. Let's wait. I gotta wait on that one to see. Again, just still below its trend lines. Disney again could be flagging up here. Let's just see how it holds and look for some volume to break out on those. Yeah, my pleasure. The Nest and yeah, FW. I mean, how about Ford? I mean, it was $3 a couple months ago. It's $3. And then all the way back up, it's tripled in value since then. So really incredible stuff. So Ford here, getting close to the magic $10 range. So good stuff there. And James, nice cat. I know, exactly. Beautiful cat. Let me take another look at that. There you go. Big volume upper shadow right there. I like it. Yep, a little pullback and then some strength. Let me take a look here real quick and see. Oh, that was a tricky one, though. Very, very tricky. Very tricky. But it's still a nice bounce off the ADMA there for the dip buy. You gotta like it. You gotta love it. So good stuff there. Reed, FCEL, let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, FCEL just incredible. FCEL was on the radar today. We pointed that out in the group today. We liked it. It had some intraday volume right here. It was a grinder, though. Why does it grind like this during the day and then after hours it's like, hey, we're way up. Incredible stuff. Yeah, very beautiful candle on FCEL today. And then F, of course, this is good company. It's solid. It's strong. Closed there with the pivot levels. That was a real nice momentum move on that one today on Ford. It's good company. Always has been. Always will be. Hey, Chris. The classic. The glizzy on Baidu. I know exactly. Hot dog pattern on that one. Inside day. Let's see if we can take that inside day up. So guess something. Gregory, what's going on? Good to see you. Yep. Solo again. Beautiful move today. Strong breakout candle. Definitely one to keep on the radar over the next couple days. FSLY. Yeah, started to perk up today. Again, zoom up. FSLY moving in tandem. Those guys like to move together. Reed. Oh, okay, MGNI is an omni-channel advertising platform. I was going to say that. What did I say? Crypto? What, a crypto stock? That's some good stuff there. Tracy, FedEx. Is it ready to move? Is it ready to reverse? I don't know. It's still below the ADMA. It's still below the downward trend line. It could be trying. It did take the inside day up. So that's some good news on FedEx there. Shopify. Inside day doji today. Still holding the ADMA. Let's see if that can get a move on. GG Plug. Oh yeah, Plug. We love some Plug. Great gap up on Plug. Fantastic move on this name. And up after hours as well. Beautiful move on Plug. Plug it in. You gotta love it. And then ZK, yeah, GM, another big one too. These car names are like really strong today. It's like, what? So anyway, I guess they think they're electric vehicle makers now. So James, so GNOG. Little eggnog. Yeah, below the ADMA, but a nice pop after hours on that one. Drifting over there, had a bullish go bar a day off of the 50. Woo! Nice. Beautiful move. And GG, FSLY moves on which one? Zoom. It moves along with Zoom. It also can move along with SHOP too. The reason is FSLY provides a lot of the back-end architecture for it provides some of the omni-channel back-end for stuff like Zoom. All the big names, all the big stay-at-home names. It's kind of like the back-end for it, right? So Etsy, things like that. So when you start to see those names move, FSLY a lot of times moves in tandem with, especially Zoom. So kind of cool stuff there. And last one, GRUB for Rye. Let's take a look at GRUB. Yeah, so GRUB, again, big push on yesterday, kind of an inside day here today. Nice breakout candle from the last couple days. Here's a big one with some volume. Right, big push up right there, and then inside day. So let's see how it holds on that one. So I think more of a run on Tree this week. I mean, this is not really a name I really trade too much. I mean, that's a big candle. It's hard to say. I mean, look what it had a real big candle right here, then it retraced. That's a big candle right there, and it retraced. I mean, it's just not prone to those type of candles. I mean, here's a pretty big one. It got a couple days upside move. So really just kind of keep an eye on these highs. I like the gap up here. We're really close. I don't think it quite filled it. That low right there was 319, and today's high was 318.49. So it missed it by about 51 cents. Right? So if we do push above those levels, it could try to make a move. But it's a tricky name to trade. Using the Bollinger Bands, nice. Yeah, I mean, if it's above the Bollinger Bands, right? If it's above the upper BB, I mean, it could ride the bands. That's for sure. Definitely a possibility. So good stuff there. And GG Net, let's take a look. Yeah, Net's still tight, right? Still just kind of getting tight in this range right here. Watch this geometric line on Net. Cool. So good stuff, guys. Well, hopefully everybody's been enjoying this series here on Market Profile. Again, it's something that we use intraday. It helps give us some really key levels and helps us give us some game plans into the open. For Bubble Report subscribers, they get the game plan as part of the Bubble Report, and the levels for Elite Access members, they actually provide the charts themselves, so you can just download it in your Thinkorswim and just be like, okay, cool, those are the levels we're trading against today, which is pretty cool. So anyway, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube and be sure to hit the notification button. Whether you're new here or not, please smash the like button. It goes a long way. We really appreciate it. And be sure to check out the links in the description too. So good stuff. We'll continue this conversation tomorrow. And other than that, we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow for the Bubble Report in the Discord with the Elite Access members. And even if you're not a member of our group, we'll still see you in Twitter and on YouTube for the Good Morning Market Prep video and some of our market prep stuff. So good stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening. Stay healthy out there and remember your risk first and stay safe.